Okay, so today we're going to dive into some really fascinating research that proposes a totally new way to generate images. The big idea is to move beyond the usual single-shot approach and instead teach an AI to think more like a human artist. You know, building an image step by step with the ability to look at its work and fix mistakes as it goes.
So let's just start with the core problem this whole paper is trying to solve. Look at these two images. On the left, a top-tier model was asked to create a bear hovering above a spoon. And, well, it gave us a bear beside the spoon. It's a nice image, sure, but it completely fails the prompt. Now look at the right. This is the result from the new process-driven method. The spatial relationship is perfect. This one little example really shows you the fundamental weakness in so many of our current AI image generators.
So why does that even happen? Well, the issue is that most models are kind of forced to create the entire scene in one single pass. It's like they have to resolve every single object, its position, all its details, all at the same time. And this all-or-nothing approach is exactly why they so often stumble on prompts that require even just a little bit of basic visual logic.
And that's where this research comes in. It challenges that whole outcome-driven approach. Instead of just focusing on that final grid of pixels, it introduces what they call a process-driven paradigm. It's much more about the journey of creating the image.
This quote from the paper really gets to the heart of it. The model doesn't just hallucinate a final image in one go. Instead, it constructs it through this co-evolving process. It creates a text-based plan, generates a visual based on that, and then, critically, it inspects its own work and refines it. It's basically a conversation between the text plan and the visual state. So let's get into the core methodology and see how this actually builds into a controllable, self-correcting cycle. This is where the engineering gets really cool. The whole thing revolves around this four-stage loop that just keeps repeating. First, it plans, generating a text instruction and a description of the scene. Then it sketches a visual draft based on that plan. Now, the key step is next: inspect. This is where the model actually assesses its own work, looking for conflicts. And finally, if it finds a problem, it enters the refine stage where it generates a new plan to fix the error and then revises the image. This loop just keeps going until the image is done. And you know what's really elegant about this design? This entire four-stage loop, it's not some clunky pipeline with a bunch of separate tools. It's all handled by one single, unified model. It just auto-regressively generates the text for planning and the pixels for sketching, one after another in this continuous, flowing process. This right here is a perfect illustration of those inspect and refine stages in action. Okay, so the prompt asks for a bird below a skateboard. In step 2, the model makes a mistake. It puts the bird above the skateboard. But then in the inspect stage, the model actually identifies the conflict. It sees that the visual contradicts the prompt, and it generates a very specific refinement instruction. Remove the bird on the above skateboard, add a bird below the skateboard, and then it just executes that correction in step 3. I mean, that is self-correction happening in real time. But, for a model to learn this kind of complex, iterative behavior, you can't just feed it a standard image text dataset. It needs a very specific kind of training data that actually teaches the process itself.
And this brings up a really tricky question. I mean, how do you even train a model on an image that's not finished? Is a missing object a mistake, or has the model just not gotten around to drawing it yet? Teaching an AI to navigate that kind of ambiguity is a huge challenge.
The solution they came up with is this really clever data pipeline. It starts with something called scene graphs to break a complex prompt down into simple, step-by-step instructions. Then it uses those steps to create a whole series of in-progress images. But here's the key part. It also generates text critiques for those images, essentially creating examples of both good and bad progress. It's basically teaching the model how to think. So what you end up with is this highly specialized dataset of over 62,000 samples. And it's broken into 3 main parts: multi-turn generation to teach that step-by-step process, instruction intermediate conflict, which is crucial for teaching the model how to spot errors in its own logic, and image instruction alignment to make sure the visual edits it makes are super precise. Okay, so the methodology and the data seem really solid, but does it actually work? Let's look at the results and see how this process-driven approach really stacks up against existing models.
Right. On the GenAval benchmark, which specifically tests for this kind of compositional accuracy, the numbers are pretty telling. This process-driven fine-tuning boosts the base model's overall score by 5 absolute percentage points. But look closer at the categories that need that precise reasoning: position, and color attributes. The gains there are huge. This shows that the method is directly fixing the exact weaknesses of single-pass generation.
And the comparison to PARM, which is another process-based approach, is even more striking. This new method gets a significantly higher score on GenuVal, 0.83 versus 0.77. And get this, it does it using over 11 times less training data. We're talking 62,000 samples compared to PARM's 688,000. That's a massive difference.
And it's not just more data efficient during training, it's also way faster at actually generating an image. It achieves that better score with a nearly 8x reduction in computational cost. It's averaging just 131 steps compared to 1,000 for the other method. That is a huge speed up.
So what's the fundamental shift here? What is it that's leading to these pretty dramatic improvements in both accuracy and efficiency?
Well, the core difference really comes down to what the AI is being trained on. A lot of other methods supervise the model's abstract internal ideas, this kind of blurry, noisy space that doesn't have a clear meaning. This new method, though, supervises a series of actual, concrete images. It's teaching the model based on things it can clearly see, which just leads to much more grounded and reliable reasoning.
And all of this leaves us with a final, kind of provocative thought. For years, we've pretty much focused on judging AI by its final output. But what this research suggests is that to build more complex, more logical, and more reliable generative models, maybe the real key isn't just judging the final what, but in meticulously supervising the how.